Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and all the esteemed guests. Welcome to the meeting number 20 of Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. As a sergeant at arms, it's my duty to highlight some key points for today's meeting. I am TM Swati Gupta, your sergeant at arms for today's meeting. The meeting is scheduled for a duration of 2 hours. Everybody is requested to stay in the meeting during entire 2 hours with their videos on and audio off. Please unmute yourself as and when required be during your evaluation or speech sessions. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any instruction restrictions on the speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on the said topics. Our club mission is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before I introduce our PO for today, Miss Samita Kar, I would like to recite poem written by our very own TM Priya Singh, who is not present at the moment, but she has chosen to write for us based on our today's theme, A Journey Through Flavors. Across the sea, from bowl to bread, stories emerge where spices spread. Each dish flavorful, rich, profound. In every bite, new experiences are found. A sip of sunrise, a slice of night. Flavors dance to make every dish right. From sizzling streets to feast unfold. In every corner, a new flavor unfolds. So now I would like to introduce our PO for today, TM Samita Kar. She is a 3 time Triple Crown Award winner. TM Samita has completed 3 pathways and regularly represents our club at area level contests. She is a dynamic soft skills trainer with a dream to empower women leaders. She boosts self confidence, communication, and careers. An avid storyteller and a passionate traveler. Her suitcase is always full of stories, from bathing elephants in Sri Lanka to exploring the ruins at Nalanda. Now, I would like to hand over the virtual stage to our PO, TM Samita Kar. Welcome, TM Samita Kar.
Thank you so much. Let us hear it for our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Swati Gupta. And what an energetic start it was, and right at time. I hereby declare Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club meeting number 20 open. I welcome all the club members, visiting Toastmasters, and guests to this meeting today. I can see some guests here. Can you please unmute and give a quick introduction about yourself? Tilak Avagada, are you a Toastmaster or visiting or a guest? Can you come on camera? Okay. Rashmi Chamaria.
Yes, hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening. So,
So
how
now,
excited are you today?
yes, I'm very, very excited. I have been watching the recordings of Gabby's since long. So I thought this would be the best platform to practice my humorous speech.
We are waiting to hear from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Shaikh, Shima,
Hi, ma'am. I'm Sheikh
hello.
Shima here. I'm sorry that my laptop is not supporting me to open the camera. I
That's
really want to show my face to everyone. So, coming to myself, I'm Sheikh Shima from Andhra Pradesh, Guntur district, India. I'm just from few days onwards, I'm joining these Toastmasters. I'm really enthusiastic and extrovert. I'm like to participate more. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Please stay till the end of the meeting and we would love to have your feedback.
Sure, ma'am.
Now, I would request everyone to be on camera. We would love to see your lovely faces. And for the interest of the guests, those who are not Toastmasters, a very quick introduction of quick information for Toastmasters. Toastmasters are this is a 100-year-old non-profit educational organization, a platform started by Dr. Ralph S. Smedley, and he has helped millions of people all over the world become more confident communicators, public speakers, and leaders. The Toastmasters a network of club. It's all over the world, and the best part about it, it is by learning by doing. This program, it was created to help people gain the skills that need you to achieve your personal and professional goals. Now, today we have with us two new members, and we would like to welcome them. Are you there in the meeting? Okay, we'll just wait to see if they are coming, and then we will welcome them. Today we have our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh, who has an 11-year corporate champion, passionate traveler, dance enthusiast. She is now adding mom and impeccable communicator to her resume, mastering the ultimate juggling act. Don't we all do that? So please let us welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita Kar, the presiding officer. So Joey doesn't share food. And can you blame Joey for that? Well, from hot, crispy jalebis, which melt in your mouth, to chilled boba milkshakes, for which every gulp is a drop from heaven. From spicy biryanis, which ignite a fire from your esophagus to the gut, to mellow ramens flaunting blandness. Food is a different world altogether. So why not we all share stories from this world today and bask in the aroma of memories? To all my fellow Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and dear guests, a sweet and savory good evening. I have no qualms in announcing that I am a big time foodie. So much so that I picked up food technology as a branch in my engineering. Later, of course, I changed it. For me, good food is the perfect mood enhancer, something which makes my world lit. Do you know half of all travel is actually food travel, where people go places just to experience different foods? Enough of the talk now. Let me open the forum to everyone. And what we'll talk about is what is the one food experience you count as your most favorite from your own native places or from travels across the country or beyond boundaries? What is that recipe which made you get lost in the aroma, the flavor in your mouth, or the visual beauty of the dish placed in front of you? Let's do a raise of hands and get the flywheel rolling. I'll also share my story later. So, can I see some raise of hands to share what's your favorite food or a food experience that is memorable to you, which you would want to talk about today? Okay, I have, um,
We have Shayak Shima. She has raised her hand.
yeah,
Yeah, just give me one moment, please, ma'am. I'm
sure.
just coming on camera so that I can talk to your face on your face. Until then, I request Miss Swati, please go ahead and share your experience so that we'll not waste our time.
So basically, I come from Kanpur. So there is this laddu which is very famous in Kanpur is Thaggu ke laddu. So whenever I go to places, people will ask for it, and also it actually when it goes into your mouth, it just melts away, and I really love it. And I have shared with multiple people in multiple countries the same laddus, and yeah, that's my favorite, I would say.
Wonderful Toastmaster, Swati. What a start. Coming from Kanpur, not saying that I'm from Kanpur, Really coming from Kanpur, but having done my graduation in Kanpur, I am quite familiar with Thaggu ke laddu myself. And trust me, I have also been sharing the laddus across relatives and friends, and they all have been loving it. Who else do we have?
We have Uttara Sharma.
Hi, Uttara.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God the last time I wasn't. So I'm born and brought up in Mumbai. I'm originally a North Indian, so the Rajma chawals and the Chole chawals were a regular in my house. But as soon as I moved to Bangalore, which is about 11 and a half years back, my palate suddenly switched. And all I can think of from a comfort food point of view now is the Andhra biryanis that you get here. So whether I've traveled for half a day or 1 day or 2 days or 1 week, I come back home and the only thing that I look forward to ordering is the Hyderabadi biryani house boneless chicken biryani with their boneless chili chicken. What a brilliant combination. As I speak about it, I'm salivating. So that should tell you why that is my comfort food and my favorite food.
Wow, you reminded me of the biryani that I love myself. So I am a vegetarian, and I am in absolute awe of Mani's dum biryani, the egg biryani. And that was the restaurant which made me start liking biryanis in the first place. Otherwise, we vegetarians slash vegetarians have always been rebuked about even calling biryani something that we eat.
Correct.
Who else?
It's Jay Pareikh.
Hi, Toastmaster Jay Parekh.
Hello, I'm from Gujarat, and we have lots of food in Gujarat. We have every kind of food, khakra, thepla, jalebi. But my most favorite is a sweet called Mohan Thad. It's so good that every time I go home from college, I force my mom to make it, and I take like a whole dabba and come back to college, and it's completed within like 1 or 2 days. I share it with everybody. So yeah.
Awesome. I hope we also get to taste it someday.
We have one
Who
more
else?
hand, Ismail Khan.
Yeah, go
Discovered.
ahead.
Hi, Toastmaster Smile Khan. Yeah.
So I'm from Hyderabad, and I thought of discussing about biryani. And later, after 30 seconds, in my mind, I thought, okay, let me change the topic because biryani is a common dish and very famous, and everyone likes it. So I thought of discussing about dhokla, and I suddenly see Jay is talking about dhokla because after having continuously biryani, so after tasting dhokla, the aroma is very nice, and
I'm sorry. Is there a problem with my connection or we
No, no, we lost him.
can't?
Lost his audio.
Okay, okay.
I
Yeah.
also lost it.
got restored. So yeah, I was saying that I'm a big fan of dhokla now. So I'm really liking it, and once in a week I'm having it.
Awesome. Toastmaster Ismail. I especially love the chili that is accompanied with the dish. That creates a perfect balance between sweet and spice. Who else? We need
I'm
not
here.
restrict. Yeah.
So I'm a very like of sweets, but I am like very fat, very fear. Like, oh my God, if I had this sweet, I'll get fear. I will get fat. I will get pimples. I will get dark circles. Something. I love sweets, but I don't eat sweets. This is my bad luck because I'm doing dieting and also I have to be in control. So I eat only half of the sweet. I'll just say like, okay, okay. Otherwise, I could have eaten some more to satisfy my stomach, but I don't do. This is my thing that I'm doing because I have to maintain health. If I do eat some extra sweet, I have to do double gym every day. So that's why I don't eat sweets, but I love to eat sweets. That's it.
Wow, Toastmaster Sheikh, I think we really need to get some less sugar or sugar substitute
Definitely.
type of sweets to you, to your doorstep, so that you get to satiate your craving while you also maintain your fitness.
Yeah.
Who else do we have? We need not restrict ourselves to any of the Indian cuisines only. For our travels, also there might be certain memorable experiences which are worth remembering. Or in your respective cities, you might be trying out certain global cuisines and which might have fascinated you. Let's share those across as well.
Yeah, I'll share mine.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm from Andhra. So we have this sweet called Putareklu. It's also called paper sweet. I really love that. It is very nice. Next time when we meet, I can bring that for you all when we meet in person. And apart from that, regarding the snacks, currently I'm staying in Gurgaon. So we get this Raj Kachori here. I
Oh,
really love that. I don't, when I go out, that is the only snack I definitely eat. So if Prapurna goes to Haldiram's, this is one thing for sure. People will know I'll buy that. So I'm really in love with that. Yeah. Thank you.
I can agree with you, Toastmaster Prapurnam. Raj Kachori is certainly one of the most fulfilling street foods that we have around. And especially with Haldirams, I think they are preparing one of the best, definitely.
Yeah.
Who else would want to share their experience or the favorite food?
Okay, so I got spotlighted, so I guess it's my turn. So I am actually very lucky because my work requires me to travel a lot, and I am making a tour this month and next month put together. So I'm going to Lucknow, Delhi, Calcutta. And then after that, Rajasthan. So all of these places, there are so many favorite dishes. So Lucknow, one dish is Makkan Malai. So the last time I went to Lucknow, Makkan Malai was not available because it was summer. You get Makkan Malai in Lucknow only in the winters, is what I got to hear. It's a different thing that actually Nancy and I, we were able to hunt and find a place in Bangalore where you get authentic Makkan Malai.
Yeah.
But then we want to I want to go to Lucknow and have Makkan Malai. So that is the first. Then after that, from Lucknow, I'm going to go to Delhi. Delhi again, chole bhature is something that I'm going to definitely have once more. Then from there, I'm going to Calcutta, which means that a lot of kachori, sabji, a lot of sweets, and so on. Then in December first week, we're going to Rajasthan. So there again, Ajmer and Pushkar and all. So which means a lot of dal bati churma and then lal mas and whatnot. I'm sure by now all of you are drooling like anything. Can't help it because I myself am drooling over my own trip. I am excited and looking forward to this trip more than though the reason is work, but the motivation is flavors. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. You combined so many cuisines and flavors together from multiple cities. Amazing. I mean, those that really completes the entire basket that India as a country has to offer from different states and cities. Anybody else would want to share? Okay, so now I would want to share what is the one food that I really love and that always, uh, for some time, has been my favorite. So it's really not Indian, but rather the Indianized version of it is what I love. English breakfast, or rather the English breakfast experience. So the first time I tried it was in Hampi, Karnataka itself. It was there in the menu of an Airbnb I stayed in. And since then, I have really struggled to keep myself away from having it as a meal, regardless of the time of the day. And you know what I love about it the most? The assortment of textures and flavors, each neatly placed on the platter to enjoy individually as a whole, gives it a very sumptuous experience to my taste buds. With a knife and a fork in each hand, sitting with poise while picking up morsels of fruits, then bread, then baked beans and grilled vegetables, regardless of the variant, I mean, the Indianized one, of course, it gives a sense that eating can be craftsmanship too. Somehow, this meal saves itself by being simple to cook, and the heavy lifting of a eater's experience is driven by how beautifully the meal can be put together. It is my go to food if I know I have the capacity. And being a vegetarian, I know that it is always going to have enough for me in the platter. So that is my go to food. Um, Now, enough of the sharing of the stories. Thanks for sharing your memories. The energy and variety of experiences truly show how food connects us all. Now, let's take a moment to pause our spontaneous sharing and turn our attention to the proceedings of the meeting. For the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of today's meeting, which is divided into three sections. Number one, prepared speeches, then round robin table topics, and the third one is evaluation section. The entire meeting today is being closely observed and monitored by the General Evaluator, who will later present a comprehensive review of the proceedings. The General Evaluator for today is Toastmaster EVALUATORS Prapurna. She is a structural design engineer with Emberg Engineering India. Originally from Visakhapatnam, she is currently working in Gurgaon. She enjoys learning new things and connecting with people from different walks of life. Toastmaster Prapurna joined Toastmasters since September 2024. Let's now hear from our general evaluator who will walk us through the role for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Prapurna.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Chitrangana. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Tonight, as we embark on a journey through flavors, each speech is a dish, each evaluation is a seasoning, and each role is a subtle note in this banquet of communication. So, as your general evaluator, I'll be the food critic of this evening, sampling every course, praising the sweetness, noting the spice, and suggesting the balance wherever needed. Don't worry, I promise no Gordon Ramsay theatrics. Now, I'll introduce three of my chefs at this stage, and few will be introduced later. Let me introduce our timer, our tell team first, starting with timer. Our kitchen clock ensuring no recipe is undercooked or overdone. Our timer for today's evening is Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Toastmaster Renu Kaushal is a certified soft skills and posh trainer and an aspiring image consultant, a triple crown winner and pathbreaker. Renu is deeply passionate about connecting with people, understanding their stories, and empowering them to go through meaningful conversations. Beyond her professional work, she enjoys cooking and gardening activities that help her stay centered. So let's invite our timer for today's evening, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Huge round of
Thank you.
applause.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters. So, as we embark on today's journey through flavors, already salivating, right? So, I invite you to notice how time adds richness to everything, whether it is brewing a simple cup of tea or crafting a speech. So, I am your timer for the day. So, I ensure every speaker's flavor has the right time to unfold, not rushed, not overdone, but just right. So, green I will be using the green card to means that the flavor has just begun to blossom, while yellow I would use when it is almost perfect, and red means that it is time to relish your bite. So let's enjoy the meeting full of well-timed flavors. And over here, it is imperative to mention that for both prepared speeches as well as evaluations, we will be we will be having 5 to 7 minutes of prepared speeches, and the evaluations will be for 2 to 3 minutes. For each prepared speech, there will be a grace periods of 30 seconds. Something like for the prepared speeches, the minimum time required would be 4 minutes 30 seconds, while for the maximum time allowed will be 7 minutes 30 seconds. That is the 30 seconds periods for before the 5 minutes and after 7 minutes. Similarly, for evaluations, each evaluator will have 2 to 3 minutes, and the minimum time for the evaluator would be 1 minute 30 seconds, and the maximum time that the evaluator can take up is 3 minutes 30 seconds. So, back to you, journal evaluator.
Your role and showing the timer cards while explaining your role. Now it's palette cleanser, spotlighting the words that sparkle or need a pinch more clarity. So, our language evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmaster Jay Pareikh. Jay Pareikh is a second year student at VIT Vellore with a strong passion for artificial intelligence and machine learning. He believes in learning by doing, which drives him to pursue hands on projects and real world challenges. He thrives in the fast paced environment of hackathons, where he channels his creativity to build impactful solutions that make a difference in people's lives. Let's invite our Toastmaster Jay. Over to you, Jay.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a language evaluator, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers. Listen carefully to the language used. I'll make note of all the unnecessary words and filters words such as inappropriate injunctions and sentences. Um, y- Use the crutch similar words to basically, actually, this thing, etc. Repetitive words and unintentionally long or short pauses. Any misuse of English language and outstanding quotes, thoughts, or sayings will also be included in the report. As the uh, language evaluator, it's also my duty to announce the word of the day. The word of the day is savor, meaning to enjoy something completely, especially taste or experience. In example, in sentence, let's savor every moment in today's meeting. The other example is he savored the aroma of baking pies. Now, each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I'm posting the word of the day, its meaning, and examples in the chat for everybody's reference. At the end of the meeting, I'll give a language report. Thank you, General. Back to you, General.
Thank you, Jay. Please post the word of the day as you have mentioned. Let's savor our today's evening with beautiful speeches going along, moving forward. And let's invite our listener before that. Our listener is our taste bud detective, ensuring no flavor slips away. Let's invite our listener, Toastmaster Shreyanshi Joshi. Shreyanshi is pursuing BSc Nursing and also works as a volunteer. She has joined Toastmasters to improve her English and communication skills and to be a confident public speaker. So let's invite Toastmaster Shreyanshi, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As the listener of the day, I will be paying close attention to what is being said, from speeches to evaluation and everything in between. At the end of the meeting, I will pose a few brief questions to check how attentively we have all been listening. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreyanshi. Now, let's start our prepared speeches section. For that, let me hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangana. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prapurna. Without further ado, moving on to the most crucial segment of our meeting, the prepared speeches. Today we have two dynamic speeches lined up. First speaker for the evening is Toastmaster Rashmi. Toastmaster Rashmi has been a Toastmaster since 2022. She is passionate about arts, fitness, and books. She will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Aparna Raja and Toastmaster Gaurii Aggarwal. Can you please confirm your presence in the meeting?
Present.
This,
I'm there as
Toast,
well.
all right. Toastmaster Rashmi is attempting a practice speech for division level humorous speech contest. Timer, please note the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Rashmi, what?
1 second. Sorry.
Yeah.
Since it's a contest speech, I guess we should stop the recording. Pause the recording.
Moving on, the second speaker for the evening is distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak. He has served an array of roles in clubs and districts. He loves driving, football, cats, and is kind of extroverted geek. He will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta and Toastmaster Samita Kar. Can you please confirm your presence in the meeting?
Yes, I'm there.
Present.
All right. Today, he is attempting Project 2 Level 1 of Presentation Mastery Pathways. Project is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language, and he has chosen to be evaluated only on vocal variety for the speech. The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note. Distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak, Egomaniac. Egomaniac, Distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak. Over to you.
Show of hands if you've been asked to multitask. And show of hands if you feel incompetent while doing multitasking. Have you ever heard you are not enough from anyone, be it your boss, be your parents, your spouses? But how can we be enough? We need an inspiration. We need a role model. We need something that can inspire us to be amazing in not just one, two, three, many ways. And I have found one teeny tiny inspiration for me. And that inspiration is this humble egg. Now you must be thinking, why? Why is it so inspirational? Today, on this journey about food, I'm going to describe you why this humble egg is extremely amazing. We'll talk about its versatility, and we'll also talk about its value. Now, starting from versatility, we have all had eggs for breakfast, right? One of the great things, we are using it as omelets, as boiled, as half fried, semi-fried, deep fried, whichever kind, but for breakfast. And we think that's it. We use it just for breakfast, reserved it for breakfast. But no, egg is more. Egg is much more than that. An egg can do wonders, not just on breakfast, but throughout your day. If you're wondering what do you want to have for lunch, egg can transform itself into an egg curry or a fancy and shashkula, which you can have as a proper meal itself for lunch. If you feel, I want something for dinner, how can an egg help there? Well, you can take it a step ahead. An egg can be useful for amazing fried rice as well. Add that element and complete it. And wait, you've had a very bad day, tough day. You want to drink your pain and troubles away. You need a proper chakna for that. An egg comes out for the rescue and becomes scrambled for you so you can have it as you're sipping your alcohol and whiskey. It combines all of these, adds this versatility into so many places and flavors. Well, I have seen a lot of you spoke about the things that you like from various cities and countries. Not many people spoke about desserts, but we love desserts. We love the cakes, the cheesecakes, the fruit cakes. We love different kind of pancakes, but something should complete it. And what is it? Yes, the egg is versatile enough to be added in those elements as well, and add to a complete meal package for you, which can go from in the morning till end of the day and fulfilling each and every part through the same, thus becoming extremely versatile as itself. But we have seen this in multiple places. Being versatile is not enough. We have seen a Toastmasters wears many hats, but that doesn't take you anywhere. We can do multiple things, but you need to be one more item. We need to be valuable. But is it our eggs valuable? This egg in its teeny tiny proportion has a lot of value as well. We keep talking about taste, but nowadays with our tedious lifestyle and our sitting and binge watching, we need to focus on our health as well. And where do we get all these nutrients from? The good thing is the egg doesn't just add flavor, it adds value. The eggs are amazing in the protein it will provide for you. It is required for our general body functioning. It is required to add muscles. It is required for recovery. And it itself is amazing in a way that the protein produced by eggs are one of the most easily digestible proteins we can find across various sources. That being one, the other aspect is the multiple vitamins it can provide. It is a rich source for B12 and vitamin D, which are extremely necessary for our day-to-day functioning. And if we just consume this, it will add value in that as well. And lastly, it is a great source for the requirements that will be useful for great hair, great face, and great skin. Oh, but what about that eggs which is being spoiling in your fridge, which you forgot to use after purchasing it while back? It doesn't spoil there. You can always crack it open and put it on your hair and make your hair thick and luscious as well, adding more and more elements. Thus, this teeny tiny humble egg has ability of magic. It adds versatility, it adds value throughout the day, throughout the night, so that you can be feeling happy, healthy, and joyful. And that's something to take an inspiration from. And for all of you who are vegetarians, don't take egg, and you want to ask Nitin, is there something which a vegetarian can also use that can be as valuable? Well, not as valuable, but something I feel comes at a very close second. You can probably give it a try. A dear another white yogurt. That has many faces as well. But for this, keep enjoying this small, humble thing. Enjoy it with your food and enjoy it as inspiration as well. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak. Certainly, egg is a powerhouse of nutrition.
Ma'am, can I speak something if you don't mind? Toastmaster Chitranga, can I ask?
Absolutely.
So, Nitin, whatever you said regarding egg, B12 is their requirements, is everything is true or paka you are just fame? You just say something like Chumaya, like I said.
It has some value, and again, be very critical to what you consume as per your nutritional content, because every human body is different.
Actually, I'm making a note of all the things. That's why I thought whether it is pakka true or chumma I say. That's the reason I asked. Thank you.
I think you should surely have an offline connect with the Toastmaster Nitin Pathak for your questions. I think he has got an expertise in eggs and might be able to answer everything. So thank you both the speakers for their impactful speeches today. It's time for the exciting round robin table topics section, a segment designed to tickle your mind, challenge your spontaneity, and polish your impromptu speaking skills. This section will be led by our table topics master, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel is a director and partner at Practive Consulting and Training LLP, a vibrant consulting and training services company which serves MSMEs, nonprofits, and corporates across India. She has more than 10 years of entrepreneurial experience and a strong expertise in business intelligence and data analytics. Nancy is the charter president of the Gabbys and currently serving as VP Education of the Gabbys. With that, I now hand over the virtual stage to our table topics master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Chitrangana, for such a pleasant introduction of mine. Well, I already see that hands are raised, but before I move on with the table topic session, I would like to state a few ground rules for the session. This is a round robin table topic session where we will be having one topic and three speakers. Having said that, these three speakers will be talking on the same topic. Each one will be given 1 minute. After 1 minute is over, you will be muted. So you ensure that you are wrapping up whatever you want to say in that 1 minute's time frame. And the next speaker is expected to start from where the previous speaker has left the topic. One rule I would like to add from my own side, what I'm seeing from last couple of days is that we have got a long list of table topic speakers. Today, we need to win as a team. Today, in the polling section, you will not see your individual names, but you will see 3 names for one topic, which means if all 3 of you are speaking something funny, funky, or more relevant to the topic, then your group will win. So that's the catch for today's table topic session. With this, I would like to, no, I'll not call for volunteers. I'll rather play the master role and pick and choose people for this particular session. So can we start this session with Uttara Sharma, then Toastmaster Rahul Swami, and and Devarshi. Do we have Uttara? Yes. Requesting Zoom moderator to help spotlight. Uttara. Toastmaster Rahul Swami. And then we have the third speaker as Devarshi. Are we clear with the rules? Okay, so my first speaker is Toastmaster Uttara, second speaker is Toastmaster Rahul, and third speaker would be Devarshi. Please note that as soon as the first person is muted, you need to start speaking so that there's a flow in the topic that you have picked up. The first topic for you is, if your personality were a spice mix. If your personality were a spice mix.
Okay. I've been called sweet. I've been called in the face. I've been called very calm and resilient. I have been called someone who's very courageous. So if my personality were a spice mix, I'd say it would be a combination of a gulab jamun that is very sweet and for someone to savor on. The spice that goes in it is really the sugar. So the spice would be the sugar in the gulab jamun. It would also have some chili flakes that hit the tongue because that's when I can be in the face. So chili in the chili flakes. Uh, Calm and resilient would really mean that I would be like one little cumin, seed of cumin that calms the stomach down. And for someone who is feisty and fiery, I'd probably be a green chili that hits you in the nose and hits you in your head. And that's how feisty and fiery I can be.
I am also kind of a sweet, uh, and usually you can say rasgulla, because people find, and many of my friends have told me that I speak in a way that they think that I'm quite uh, polite to them, and also I feel that people also compliment on the smile which I give sometimes, and that's because of the clove which I sometimes add in my biryani, which increases the taste of the biryani exponentially. And also the I like to put turmeric in every meal which I prepare by myself.
For the calmness, I would rather say I do have the same calmness, and mostly in the cooking part, since I to listen to my wife while she cooks up the most, because being husband, you have to listen out the things, whichever, whether she's cooking on spicy or whether the meals is not of your choice, but still being calm and having that meal uh, it's a better advantage for any husband. So being calm and accepting all the meals which we are getting out day in day out, and with a happy smile, that's the best calmness I can have.
Well. We got quite a spice mix here. We got a rasgulla, we got a gulab jamun, we got chili flakes, we also got calmness in various forms. So thank you so much. That was quite a wonderful attempt from all three of you. And I love the fact that you understood the rules very clearly. I love the way all of you maintained that particular trail of thought. Thank you so much, Uttara, Rahul, and Devarshi. Can we have a round of applause for all three of them? With this, I'll move on to my next set of speakers. We have ALVS, we have Sheikh, Shima, and we have our presiding officer, Samita Kar.
Guys, am I audible? Can I go ahead first?
Well, Shima, I wanted to choose ALVS as first one, but you can go first. It's okay.
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
guys.
so
I really was.
okay, we'll start with Sheikh Seema. Your topic is okay. First speaker is Seema, second is ALVS, and third is Samita. You're designing a new dessert that represents your journey. What does it taste like? You're designing a new dessert that represents your journey. What does it taste like?
Sure. So my designing a new journey tastes like Black Forest. I like the cake of Black Forest. It smells like yum. It's a very good taste. The Black Forest cake. I really love to eat that cake because the cake is a thing that it gives the sweetness. I only have one. It the only on the Sundays. It's really give me the happiness on my face because whatever we eat, it reflects on the stomach and it feels on our face because that is the taste of the love that we have for the food. And I want to say like we have different cakes. Black forest is the most enjoyable cake for me as like I'm a Black Forest. So that's all I gotta say. Thank you.
ALVS, you're speaking on mute.
Okay, can you imagine the taste of the black forest and the smell of the black forest? Just imagine and smell it makes me feel hungry. And the savor of the taste itself. Oh, what a wonderful journey. It reminds me of my birthday cake. That was my 10, yes, 10 years boy. Oh, I was celebrated with all my friends. But yes, now they are growing old. Yes, because I'm also growing old. What's happened with my breakfast? I love it.
Oh, oh, Black Forest. That's lovely. But a new desert? Yeah, let's take that humble Black Forest, add a little bit of lemon and tanginess in it. Voila! There comes the new dessert. Something which everyone wants to have a piece of. Why? Because it's so refreshing. It cleanses your palate and makes the chocolate hit the right balance. And that's the cake that I will design as a new dessert. And I'm absolutely sure when it is out in the market, people are rushing and gushing towards it. Who doesn't love to have that spiciness, that tanginess?
Wow. So we heard that Black Forest can have some tanginess of lime on top of it. Wow, that's something new. I would surely like to try, or probably I would have some medicines ready before I try all of these things. With this, can we have a round of applause for all three speakers who tried speaking on Black Forest today? My next set of speakers I have here is Ankur Vishwakarma, we have Jay Pareikh and Aparna Raja. Do I have Ankur in the room? Yes, then we have Aparna as well. Okay. I don't see all of them on Spotlight. We'll wait for the Zoom moderator to spotlight all of them. Are we all ready? Yes, so first speaker is Jay, second is Ankur, and third is Aparna. Here's your topic. The day all spices lost their flavor. The day all spices lost their flavor.
The day all spices lost their flavor was when I met someone who brought a lot of sweetness into my life. Someone who made my uh, life, which was very spicy and bitter, to very tasteful and uh, sweet.
Yes, we would like to know more about that someone.
This was when I was about 15 years old, and it completely changed my life. I was very depressed during that time. There was a lot of bitterness, spiciness.
Speaking of someone who changed the flavors of your life, I think I was just trying to figure out while Toastmasters Jay was speaking that there are people who can change the flavors. And I had a set of people. I was like, different of them have different flavors when they come to my life. For example, when I am with my friends, I am very happy. And when I come back home, it's a tough day to carry on. And a lot of ways in which I have thought while Toastmaster Jay was talking about the flavors, that there are different set of people who we meet that changes the flavor of our lives, and there are few who we prefer, and there are few we would like to spend more time with, but yeah, as they change the flavors. So yeah, back to you.
Should I go? Growing up, I always imagined I'll have a whirlwind romance before I get married, before I find the one. We'll probably have a scandalous story to tell our children and grandchildren, paint the town red, and just run like two mad, crazy people in love, and the spiciest of love life ever. Oh, I did. And then life happened. I met my husband. He doused all my expectations with just one meeting. But here's the thing, it didn't feel all that bad. I thought, oh, maybe there is something that I haven't discovered, maybe a new kind of spice, maybe some umami that's going to get out of this marriage. Maybe I should give it a chance. And thank God I did. Because it took me a few years to get to know this wonderful human being who didn't have to be loud and all about to make it spicy.
Well, we got to know about your spicy relationships for all of you. Aparna, you had 1 minute to wrap up your story, the one that you were carrying forward from Jay and Ankur. So that's why you got muted. Now, having
We
said
didn't know the
that, I
format.
love. Sorry?
I didn't know the format. I'm sorry. I was away. Okay.
No problem at all. Well, love the fact that we started with a 15-year-old timeline where someone met the girlfriend, and then some bittersweet relationships where you keep some relationships and you leave some relationships, moving on to a forever relationship with a husband. So that's the kind of recipe, that's the kind of story we would like to know from rest of you as well. So my next set of speakers I would like to call. Can I have, I see Ruby Chaurasia. Ruby, are you there in the meeting? Okay, we'll come back to you, Ruby. We can have Nitin Pathak, Shreyanshi Joshi, and Bindu Joseph. Bindu, are you around?
Yes, yes, Nancy, I'm around.
All right, so we will start with Bindu, then we will move on to Shreyanshi, and the third speaker is Nitin Pathak. Bindu, since you already play with a lot of flavors, here's your topic to start with. A dish that changed your life. A dish that changed your life, Bindu.
Am I audible? I'm sorry.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay.
Did you hear the topic?
Could you just repeat it? There was a little disconnect for a second.
A dish that changed your life. A dish that changed your life. You have 1 minute to speak.
Nancy, I wish there would be a dish that changes my life. Because you know me, I have attention deficit for dishes. I have attention deficit for a lot of things in life. And you know why? Because I am internally thrilled with discovering new things. And I create a different dish every single day. Hard to believe? Well, I have proof. I have digital proof. You just have to log into my Insta or my Facebook, and you will know that that is what I do. It is the pleasure of my evening to discover something new that I've not tasted, create something new that I've not done before, and unfortunately, that stays for only that day. The next day, it starts all over again. So that dish that is going to change my life, it hasn't happened. And if the current standards continue, it's never ever going to happen. And why should
Shreyanshi? Shreyanshi is not around. Nitin, over to you.
Yes, we'll need that recipe. We'll need that recipe that can transform our life completely. Throughout this meeting, people have been talking about the dishes they love, the food they love, everything. But there's one more aspect. What about the food we despise? What about the food we hate? What about the tindes and the toris and all those things which you just can't stand to eat? Can they change our life? Well, in right moment, yes. Nothing brings two people together like a common hateness towards something. And in my case, that was the hateness for bagan ka bharta, the eggplant mash. And another person in the world hated it. That's now my wife. This common hatred for a single thing brought us close together. And that's what food can do to us. A dish can change our life, and it has certainly changed mine. Yes, that dish, that beloved, oh no, oh, be hated dish, the brinjal mash, the bagan ka bharta, is always will be very close to my heart for this very reason.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I loved hearing about different flavors that Bindu brings together on her Instagram and Facebook, as well as a common hatred for bangan ka bharta, something that I absolutely love. But yes, I can also survive knowing that people don't like bangan ka bharta. Moving on to the next topic. This is the last topic for the day today. Well, for this last topic, I would like to see who all are yet to speak. I see Chitrangana. I also see our timer, Toastmaster Renu. I see DTM Sourav. Renu, can I have you on camera right now? Okay, since Renu is keeping time as well, I would rather like to start with her first, and then our TMOD Chitrangana, and the last is DTM Sourav. And your topic is you open your fridge and discover a secret portal. You open your fridge and discover a secret portal.
I open my fridge and I find a secret portal to a place where there are some variety and variety of food that I can eat when it is hot. So I am the cook at home, so I don't get to relish the food when it is hot. So I want to enter a portal in my lifetime or through my fridge, which can take me to a place which serves hot, flavorsome food. A food, maybe that's a hot parantha. As I'm from Punjab, I would appreciate a hot makki ki methi wali paranthi or a hot kulcha, aloo ka kulcha, right? So anything that is hot, a hot soup even, as a matter of fact. So a portal that takes me to where something hot is being served on the table right in front of me is.
Chitrangana?
Okay. What a wonderful idea, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. The fridge that takes you to the place, to the source of the dish that we are keeping there. At the time that it was prepared, that it was being prepared. That means the fridge allows time travel. It allows us to taste a dish at the time it was originally prepared with all the original aroma intact. Also, we get to learn the methodology of the preparation so that we can repeat it as many times as we want. That is like a jackpot. If I get to have have that fridge in my home any day, I would certainly want to have a lot of desserts, especially starting with the Great Turkish Delight, which has always caught my fancy ever since I watched Narnia the movie. I just can't understand why I can completely understand why Edwin got completely encapsulated by the dish, even up to the brink of putting his family to danger, because I have been completely fascinated by it. And I want my fridge to be completely inundated with all the Turkish delight from the world.
Sourav?
What is not a secret anymore is that I'm a big time foodie, and I am someone who actually loves to eat. And I don't have a particular preference for any kind of dish. So I don't think a fridge can ever do justice to my cuisine demands, because the kind of food that I love is from literally from across the world, right? From I absolutely love bacons and sausages and so on, all the way till paneer and dhokla. In terms of sweets, I love cream brulee, and I equally love sandesh and rasgulla, and makkar malai and mango rabri. The good thing and the secret about one little known secret about me is that I'm also very good in cooking, but only exotic dishes. So I don't cook dal chawal. I only cook exotic dishes, like, for example, jalebi cake. I'm sure none of you would have had it, but once you have mine, you'll never want to have any other cake after that, or a mango rabri, or something which I very recently made called palu. So these are my specialities. So I don't need a secret portal because I know a lot of secret recipes. Thank you.
Well, from Makki Ki Roti to Secret Portal of Narnia, and then a chef in the house. I think we have covered it all in this one last topic. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for this last set of people who attempted this amazing take on the topic? With this, I wrap up my table topic session. We have traveled through Black Forest cake with a pinch of lime, to Makki Ki Roti, to Aloo Kulcha, to the secret house of Narnia, and then we also got to know about relationships and many other things from all these people. So that was the idea of this table topic session. I wanted to know your secrets, and to some extent, I think I am successful. With this, I hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangana.
Let's give a big hearty hand to distinguished Toastmaster Nancy for expertly cooking up such an insightful and lively table topic session. And let's sprinkle a generous round of applause for all our table topic speakers. Your quick thinking and flavorful words added rich layers to today's journey through flavors. Let's now take a short 5-minute break. Stretch, hydrate, and refresh. We'll see you back soon to continue our flavorful journey together.
Actually, I want to say something here. Like, can we all get a picture?
Okay. She's here. So let's get back into the spirit of today's meeting as we reconnect with our theme, Journey Through Flavors. Food has a way of surprising us. Sometimes it delights us beyond all expectations, and other times it lets us down when we were eagerly anticipating a taste sensation. Have you ever ordered or tried a dish expecting it to be spectacular, only to find it quite underwhelming? Or perhaps you stumbled upon a food you never thought you'd like, but it turned out to be an amazing discovery, one that changed your palate or even your perspective on a cuisine. I invite you to share these stories of culinary surprises, whether a joyful revelation or a disappointing miss. With a raise of hands, let's share whenever you got surprised by any of the food experiences you took at your hometown, on your travel, beyond boundaries, or anywhere. Do I
Yes,
see any raise of hands yet?
I would like to talk about it.
Sure.
So this reminds me of my courtship time 22 years back when my to-be husband asked me, let's go for, let's have a Thai cuisine. So that time I was not very aware of what are the Thai cuisines that are available. So, but I didn't want to show that I didn't know. So I just said, okay, let's go. And we went to Taj. There he ordered all the Thai soup and whatever it was. And I did not like the taste at all. Somehow I managed to eat, but that was, that was a check for me that, I should speak my mind out, whatever it is. But now over the years, I have developed the taste. Definitely. I have started liking the Thai curry. So this is it.
Thanks for sharing that, Toastmaster
May I go next?
Rashmi. Yeah.
Right. So, speaking of Thai food, I love Thai food. I love the zing and the tanginess in it, and I savor every single morsel of Thai food that I usually have. But that's the Indianized Thai food that we get in India. I had a chance to go to Thailand in the year 2009. It was an all expense paid trip, so whoever's jealous about that, continue staying jealous. That said, the first thing I wanted to do as soon as I entered Thailand and checked into my hotel was to have the hot and spicy Thai red curry, prawn Thai red curry. And with a lot of anticipation, I ended up ordering that with some jasmine rice. And I took the first morsel, the first little swig in a spoon. And there were vegetables in the prawn Thai curry as well. As soon as I took the first swig, I almost wanted to belch out, only because in that authentic Thai curry in Thailand, there is a vegetable they put in the curry, which comes from the eggplant slash the brinjal family. For those who like bengan ka bharta or don't like bengan ka bharta, this comes from the eggplant family, and it looks like a pea, but it tastes nothing like a pea. And that was the end of it for me for the red Thai curry. I never had the guts to try it again. I still don't think I will ever have the guts to try it again. So that's a little story I have.
Wow, Toastmaster Uttara, thanks for bewaring us on what not to order on our next visit to Thailand. Who is next?
Yeah, shall I go?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is about once we were on a trip from Page Reserve Forest. We had gone with a great anticipation to see tigers. Obviously, we didn't see any. And while we were coming back, we were very hungry and disappointed, and we wanted to, curse our luck, saying that we didn't see tigers. But we were hungry and we needed some place to eat. And on the road, we didn't get any decent hotel. So what left was a dhaba. It was a small hut, not even a dhaba, a hut where a lady was sitting and cooking. Now, decision, should we go eat or should we continue with our journey? Now, we decided, okay, it's better we go and have something. So we ordered again that eggplant. So that was the only dish available, hot rotis and baigan ka bharta. She was cooking and she was serving. We were very sad, disappointed. That was the only thing that is available, but we had to order it because nothing else was there. Finally, when the dish arrived, I don't know whether we were hungry or we that was so tasty. It was amazing. Those who didn't like brinjal also started eating it, and we were super amazed by it. Maybe by the simplicity, or maybe we are hungry. I don't know exactly, but that was awesome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. I think somewhere all the eggplants in the world are smiling. There have been a lot of mentions about bangans in the meeting today.
Miss Roastmaster Chitranga, can I say something? Just two words. No, I don't take much time. Everyone is saying Thai and everyone is saying different foods. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. I don't know that many cultures, that many foods. I used to watch TV, so TVs only show like that. But no, real is also same. I just got to know everything now only by stepping out of the by stepping out to do some IT work to Bangalore. Otherwise, I don't know. Okay, I used to see TV ho gaya, bas khatam. Otherwise, I don't know. Now I understanding when my friends are telling like I had the Japanese, Italian, French, Thai. Now I'm also getting excited. Okay, I also need to try all these things, foods, not only daily chawal and dal. And that too, Mr. Sir told us right. He used to cook all the foods. Sir, I just want to know your LinkedIn ID and I just want to talk a lot of things. Please come back to me on my LinkedIn page, Sheikh Shima with my golden face, so that I can talk to you. Miss Rashmi ma'am, you had an acting as very well. Bah, you should try in क्या बोलते like acting field. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shima. All right. Um, Now we move on to the next section of the meeting, which is the evaluation section, a segment that reflects the true spirit of Toastmasters, which is growing through feedback. This section will be led by a general evaluator who, along with the tell team, timer, evaluators, listener, and language evaluator, will help us reflect, reinforce, and refine. With that, I now hand over the virtual stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Prapurna.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Chitrangana. Now it's time to move to evaluation section, the main course of our banquet. Here I introduce our remaining chefs. First, let me start with our evaluators, the food critics of this kitchen. Let me start with evaluator number 1 for evaluating Rashmi's speech. Just a second. Evaluator 1 for evaluating Toastmaster Rashmi, distinguished Toastmaster Aparna Raja. The introduction of DTM Aparna is as follows. An engineer turned entrepreneur, she now forges powerful identities as a personal branding consultant. Under her banner, Branding Blacksmiths, a distinguished Toastmaster from the Gabbys TMC, she She began her Toastmasters journey in 2020, but has been a speaker for most of her life. Along the way, she has earned district level accolades, including the coveted title of District 92 Table Topics Champion. She believes communication is like Wi Fi: stronger the connection, better the reception. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Aparna.
Thank you very much, Madam GE. And addressing our speaker for today, Toastmaster Rashmi. Toastmaster Rashmi, you had a script from the word go. And this is very important for any speech, and especially so for a humorous speech. And so I think that was a big tick mark for me the moment you started your speech. Talking about your speech development, there were three chunks in your speech, which was not just the opening body conclusion. I'm speaking about the three different contexts that you beautifully woven as you went along, starting with having that dialogue with the audience here, asking them that question and a little fun twist play of words and things like that, and moving on to your own shenanigans when it comes to passwords, and finally, that little scene that you had with your husband and the house help. So it was very nicely spread out. Now, what I was looking for is to see if there was a good transition, if it made sense that you went along. And I think it did. It kind of made a full circle for me as I was listening to your speech. And when I sat back, it also had a good recall value. Now, the speech development was good, but the effectiveness of your speech is also important. Now, for a humorous speech, this is quite easy if you're able to achieve the humor, because the effectiveness is tied to the recall value, right? And you had humor, so it became effective. The audience were responding to your speech, and we were all looking at you. I kept looking at the audience. Everybody was looking at you, going along with you in the speech. So I think the effectiveness was beautifully achieved. Now, moving on to what can you work. I'm sure you've heard a lot about what's good. That's why you're going to the division. So I want to focus a little bit about what can you do, right? Now, as much as the speech was great, you had good energy and all of that, you know all that, Toastmaster Rashmi. But you know what? The conclusion fell flat for me. When I say fell flat, I'll tell you what I mean. You're almost there. The conclusion is where you go out with a bang. It has to be heavy either on emotion, it has to make us think, or just let us burst out laughing, or it could be a beautiful, subtle way of going out. But there has to be a wonderful way of exiting from that speech. But this was very abrupt, the way you stopped your speech, because you gave more emphasis for your acting over the content. That is your speech. I would recommend at this point that you go back and see the recording and try to put in a dialogue there, or have a nice way of, something that you say at the end, like maybe just come back and say, what? And then stop the speech. That's just an example. I'm sure you can do better than that. But think through, say something and finish it. At the end of the day, as much as it's a humorous speech, it's not a stand-up comedy. This is a speech, an English speech, and it has to tick those boxes, right? So that is one thing I want you to keep in mind. Go back, see your speech, and work on your conclusion, and bring in something that makes us go, aha, that was a good end, right? You can do that. And just one other point, this is more of a suggestion, because I don't want you to jeopardize your speech at this level in the contest. However, English speech, so go back to that dialogue you have with the manager and see if you can put in better words there. They were very plain. See if you can put that. Other than that, I think you've done your best. And for someone who started the journey in 2022 and you're already at the division, kudos to you. You're someone to look out for. Thank you very much. And back to you, Madam GE.
Thank you, DTM Aparna. Now let's call our second evaluator, Toastmaster Gaurii Aggarwal. Toastmaster Gaurii Aggarwal will be evaluating the body language for Toastmaster Rashmi. Toastmaster Gaurii is a chartered accountant turned image consultant and a soft skills trainer, helping companies address people management challenges. As a leadership trainer and life coach, she guides transformation journeys through her brand, rebrand, self. She also incorporates tarot as a tool for self awareness and personal growth. Now, let's give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Rashmi. Sorry, Toastmaster Gaurii. Over to
Okay,
you, Gaurii. Are you there?
I'm here, but I'm really sorry. I'm having a bad network. Will not be able to switch my camera on. Toastmaster Rashmi, since this is a speech that you're practicing for the division, I'll concentrate more on the recommendations. But I have to say one thing as part of my commendation for sure. Now, delivery isn't just motion. Delivery in humor is rhythm management. So there is a tension, there is release, there is silence, and then you repeat it. And this rhythm flowed naturally in your speech today. Every inch of you, especially your face, screams humor. Every smirk, whether it was talking about your husband, your boyfriend, every vocal variation, whether it was the security guards and the other roles, it appeared effortless. Now, the best thing or your strength as a humorous speaker is the after expression, the look and the expression that you hold back after a punchline. For me, that is where your humor blossoms. So every time you held a smirk, you smiled slyly, or you raised an eyebrow, that added a layer of humor. Now, my recommendations, I'm going to give you three. The first one is there were many portions in your speech where there were long pauses. Pauses in the sense that you were not speaking, but you were visibly doing something. Now, silence plus expressions can amplify humor. But I'm going to add a word with expressions that's exaggeration. Let me cite an example. When you were talking about getting ready for face recognition, you did your hair and you straighten your clothes. Now, exaggerated because why is the audience looking at you? You're not saying anything. So, those were portions where I felt that maybe the attention was going off from you as a speaker. My second recommendation is the energy dipped between transitions. Posture reset is something that I would recommend. Get back to your normal position, whether it's in terms of where you're standing or whether it is in terms of your expressions. A smoother shift between scenes will kind of keep the momentum going. And the third one, I know I said that humor likes rhythm, but too much rhythm dulls it. And if it's too chaotic, it exhausts it. You played many roles: husband, security guard, yourself, the house help. Now, vocal variety, especially when you were speaking in your husband's voice, it was a bit too squeaky for me. Now, you can also show role play not just by vocal variety, but by changing your stance and your posture. So for me, Toastmaster Rashmi, if you work on exaggerating your silences, making your transitions smoother, and keeping up with your micro expressions because that is your differentiating factor, I don't think anything can stop you. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurii. So, coming to the first speech of the evaluators, both the evaluators has done their job very well. And coming to distinguished Toastmaster Aparna, she has used the CRC approach, and so as Toastmaster Gaurii. I don't really have any recommendations for the evaluators. They did their job very well. So all I wanted to add to Speaker Rashmi, you that's an amazing speech. I really liked how you delivered with amazing role play. The recommendations what I give are, you have used Hindi words in between. It is better to use translation as soon as you have used the Hindi words. And in humor, the ending punchline can be of humor, that you can end it up with a good punchline. Maybe that will help to create more humor. And otherwise, you can try out some goofy expressions. So, these are the recommendations I would like to give. Overall, it's a great speech. Congratulations for delivering it. Over to you. Now let's welcome our second speaker evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 pathways with over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target and JC Penney. He is a seasoned expert in analytics, strategy and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur, he co-founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSMEs, non-profits, and women entrepreneurs. A proud father and lifelong learner, Sourav is passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. Or to you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav?
Um, Let me start with a confession. I'm equally passionate about eggs as you are. In fact, the kind of diet that I follow, I have eggs, some more eggs, few more eggs, and a little more eggs. That's all my diet looks like for the entire day. Anyways, coming back to the speech, don't I will not let the eggs really carry me away with this one. The speech, the most interesting thing about your speech was your title. Very intriguing because that's the first thing that we hear. And when we hear a title, it actually gives us an insight that whether we want to listen to the more of the speech, and we definitely want to. When you see egomaniac, I was like, what is he going to talk about? I had no clue. Second was your opening, the very classic way of starting, show off and starting with an engagement, exactly how it should be. The subject, something which is really relatable to most, and a pretty safe topic, I would say, because if you were to talk about chicken, you would have offended some non-vegetarians. If you were talked about paneer, you would have offended some non-vegetarians. If you talked about chicken, some vegetarians. But choosing egg is probably a better bet. And finally, you actually used the egg as a prop, right? So good job there. Now, Nitin, allow me to give you a few recommendations. The first one is about the suitability of the topic for the project. So your project is vocal variety, right? So whenever you do a project on vocal variety, and this is my personal recommendation, I've done this project numerous number of times, right? And one thing I've noticed that if you use a plot where there is a character, there is a dialogue between two people, right? It's easier for you to illustrate vocal variety. For even if you want to talk about egg, right? Give the egg a personalization, make it a character. Call it Eggwati, call it Eggman. Talk to Eggman in the morning, talk to Eggwati in the evening, something like that you plan, then that gives you a scope of using some kind of a dialogue, which means that you can bring in some kind of a vocal variety. Second, what are the three elements of vocal variety? I'm sure you know this, but this is for the benefit of all of us, just to reiterate. I'm sure all of us knows this. Pitch, pace, and pause. If I look at these three technicalities, I actually did not find any of them in the speech. I did not see, noticeable variations in pitch. I did not see you slowing down or pacing up remarkably. Neither did you use any strategic pauses. But there were opportunities. For example, when you said, are eggs valuable? You said exactly like this. Are eggs valuable? Why not say it like this? Are eggs valuable? And then a pause. Right? Then people would want to know, okay, what is Nitin's response to that? And finally, one small point, but a very important point. Chakna is not only a Hindi word, but a word that's not very well known to people who are not drinkers. So I definitely know what is chakna, but I'm not sure everyone knows that. So don't take the chance when you're using such a word, try to translate it. So great speech in terms of the basics, but I think you can definitely do better in terms of choice of topic and the vocal variety fundamentals. Thank you. Back to you, G.
Thank you, DTM Saurav. Now let us invite our second evaluator for evaluating DTM Nitin's speech. This is Toastmaster Samita Kar. She has already been introduced as PO. So let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Samita. Over to you.
So, my vibrant speaker, you didn't just serve us a speech, you actually served us a full course meal starting with breakfast and ending with dessert. Yes, it was engaging. You have seasoned it with humor. Now, throughout the speech, your voice projection was excellent. It was clear, it was audible, you appeared confident. Your energy, you kept the audience fully engaged, entertained, and we were hoping to hear what you are saying next. Which flavor are you bringing? Is it like you have described, the fried, the scrambled, and the dessert? What I found good is the way you articulated. It was clear, pronunciations were spot on, and every word landed smoothly. Your fluency, pacing, you were never rushed, you allowed humor and message to shine. And you were expressive. And where I would recommend you is that though it was a vocal variety, I agree with my previous evaluator, there was not much that we could take back. Second is that when you were speaking in certain sentences, at the end of the sentence, your volume dipped. And that is where there was a disconnect because we couldn't hear it. You were moving from one side to another. And that movement also created a little bit of disconnect with us because your volume was going down the moment you were moving back. When you were pausing, some of the places you paused for a second, a little more pause would have enhanced it. That is when you were talking about it adds value. So you could have added a pause there and waited for us to anticipate what is your next value proposition that you were talking about. Vocal variety, the project is on vocal variety. I will agree with the previous evaluator. These were the places where you could have added a lot of vocal variety, which it was missing. Overall, your voice is strong. It is definitely your asset. You are expressive, you are enthusiastic. If you can give your pauses at the right time, the humor will hit hard. Be careful of the end of the sentences. It should not dip, it should go. And keep your movement or deliberate movement where if you're going back, increase the volume so that we can hear you clearly. That's all from my side. Over to you, Madam G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. Now, let's invite Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma for evaluating Toastmaster Samita's speech.
Madam Ji, am I good to go?
Yeah.
If distinguished Toastmaster Nitin served as a full course meal, Toastmaster Samita does serve as the dessert. She highlighted all the points that were needed for the evaluation of DTM Nitin. She very well went through the recommendation and followed the sandwich method as recommended. She gave really good appreciations for pronunciations, pacing, where DTM Nitin paused to allow humor, movement, and also one thing that she highlighted was that she did very well in various pronunciations. Now, coming to the recommendations that Toastmaster Samita gave, they also were very well included. Already DTM Sourav included some of them. For example, the movement, the pauses, and the end of sentences. They very well suit, or let's say they are applicable for DTM Nitin. And what I have for as a recommendations for Toastmaster Samita are, see, the speaker Nitin is of really high caliber and he delivered a wonderful speech and had enough ample body movements, gestures, and of a certain level of vocal variety, as you mentioned. What I was expecting is where, while I was listening to Toastmaster Nitin's speech, what will Toastmaster Samita point out in the body language section or the gesture section for Toastmaster Nitin? For example, I was noting that he was doing very good hand movements like cross, hands, while talking about sprinkling things, with his gestures, and he did stop at various places. And I noted some of my recommendations. Maybe I was expecting them from Toastmaster Samita also, and well, they vary depending on the evaluators. For example, the places where he said used rule of three, like happy, healthy, and joyful, there were no expressions as such. It would have been really better if you had expressions. So what I was expecting from Toastmaster Samita, that maybe while she was evaluating the speech, it would have been better if they would have been pointed with certain examples on what exact places can he implement things like vocal variety, or let's say which sentences he ended that made us, let's say, not able to hear certain things. So that was one thing. Of course, there were places where he was fast and he slowed down at various places, and which you already rightly pointed out. Overall, it was a really lovely evaluation. As I said, it was a dessert after main course of distinguished Toastmaster Nitin. And to shine for your next evaluations, my recommendations to Toastmaster Samita are to include a couple of examples in your suggestions. It would really highlight your evaluation to the next level. Thank you. Back to you, Madam G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur. Now coming to Toastmaster Nitin's speech. Toastmaster Nitin, what a wonderful speech. And the title is Extraordinary. Although I'm a vegetarian, I really liked your speech. Coming to evaluators, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, as rightly pointed out, and he stick to the recommendations regarding the content only. And Toastmaster Samita has done her job very well as a body language evaluator and voice modulation evaluator. So I would request Samita to you say what are the where did he do in the figures of speech or the rhetorical devices used. They were not mentioned. It would be good if you have mentioned. And Toastmaster Ankur, you have done your job very well. Evaluating an evaluator will be very challenging, and I really applaud you for that. Now, overall, it's a great speech, Nitin. Now, let us move to our next segment, where I'll be calling upon our TEL team to share their reports. Now, let me start with our Toastmaster. Okay, Toastmaster Jay, the language evaluator for today's meeting. Toastmaster Jay, over to you.
Can I share the screen?
Really see the screen.
Sharing is disabled for me.
It's
Right.
enabled now.
Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. This is the concise report for the today's meeting. Samita Kar, Toastmaster Samita Kar as the PO and the uh, fourth evaluator. Noteworthy phrases were ultimate juggling act. There was one count of pump. Next, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh. Uh, Something that makes my world lit from mouth to esophagus. And Samtias, she used the word of the day. Next, uh, the the general evaluator, she used personification. Each speech is a dish, and noteworthy phrases were no recipe is uncooked or overcooked. Next, speaker one, Rashmi. Um, we have one count of and then there's the idiom angel in April. Uh, there were some noteworthy phrases as bad gap, the nurse who cut my umbilical cord, and there were a few long pauses. Next speaker two, He used many figures of speech, such as rhetorical questions, show of hands if you are asked. Um, there was a personification, humble egg, and a metaphor. Eggs become scrambled for you. Um Again, the one word of good use of word was versatility. Evaluator one, there were good use of words such as had us gripped, shenanigans. Um, the Evaluator 3, DTM Sauradatta, some more eggs, few more eggs, and a little more eggs. I really like the phrase. And there's obviously the rule of three: pitch, pause, and pace. Uh, then Ankur, the evaluator of Evaluator 4, he repeated some of the words like he, they. Apart from that, we did the round table topics as team wise. So I have also given the report in team wise. So team one, there were a few counts of and us, some long pauses like I, it. Team two, again, there was a little bit of the noteworthy phrases were little bit of lemon and tangerines. And someone said this was my 10-year-old birthday. You could have used during my 10th birthday or yeah. Uh, team three, and us again. Whirlwind romance and long pauses, which was by yours truly. Team four, attention deficit is a very good phrase. And team five, hot, flavorsome food. A fridge cannot do justice to my face. That is the end of my report. Word of the day. I got only two people using it. There might be more I might have missed, but they were only uh, uh, Toastmaster Prapurna and Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. You did a wonderful job as a language evaluator. My recommendation for you is you could have shared the word of the day before the start of table topic segment. And in the noteworthy phrases, you have mentioned a little more eggs and all. That is a rhetorical device itself. So you could have figured out more rhetorical devices. But anyways, I think it's your first attempt as a language evaluator. Great job done. Kudos to you. Keep coming as a language evaluator. Now let us move to our next listener. Let Toastmaster Shreyanshi. I would request our listener to share her report to do her job. Over to you, Toastmaster Shreyanshi.
Sorry for not switching on my camera. Anyways, I guess nobody can see me because there is a problem. So thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, throughout the meeting. Um, I was listening carefully to everything said. Now to engage our audience and test our attentiveness, I have a few brief questions. Who knows every password of Toastmaster Rashmi from Keynotes?
That girl Kambari, like maid.
Renu Moshi.
Renu Mosi.
Renu Moshi.
Okay. So, which is a good source of protein, like an egg, for vegetarians?
Yogurt.
Ratna. Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Right. Okay. So, which curry has a vegetable from the eggplant family that look like pea but doesn't taste like that at all?
No. Thai red curry.
Yeah, right. So, thank you.
Sharma, Uttara Sharma.
Sorry.
Uttara Sharma had made the day. Like she said the right answer back.
Okay. So, thank you all for your participation and being such attentive listener. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shayanshi. What a wonderful job done. So, I don't really have any recommendations to you. You were an active listener in today's meeting. So let us move to Toastmaster Renu, our timer for today's meeting. I would request her to share the report.
As you can see, all the speakers as well as the evaluators were well within the time limit. So that is my report.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Renu. So you could have included table topic session as well, and I would like to applaud you.
Actually, table topics are for 1 minute only. The time is pre-decided, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In table topics session, you were very quick. You showed the red card as soon as the 1 minute has ended. So thank you for that. So let us move to the general evaluation report for remaining role takers. Our sergeant at arms and presiding officer. Actually, I joined the meeting late, so I missed the both of the speeches. But I'm sure they would have definitely been done very well by our sergeant at arms and our presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita, and the timer evaluators. Everyone has done well. And Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangana. What a wonderful job done. I really like the transitions when you're doing. Uh, they are very amazingly done. I don't have any recommendations to you. You did your job very well. And coming to table topics master, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Uh, all the topics were very easy and people could easily speak, and I really like that instead of selecting one speaker you have chosen all the group as a winners. Then we can declare that. That is a nice initiative by you. And one recommendation to you is the word of the day can be reminded for the language evaluator. It can be shared. Only that is my recommendation to you. Overall, great job done. You conducted the table topic session very well. I think I have covered all the role takers. I think I didn't miss anyone else. Okay. So I'm ending my report for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Prapurna, and the entire TEL team as well for all the evaluations. So now wrapping up our flavorful journey, tonight we explored how food is a bridge, connecting cultures, traditions, emotions, and people from all walks of life. From nostalgic comfort dishes to unexpected culinary adventures, every bite carries a story worth savoring. May the flavors we shared tonight inspire you to seek new tastes, treasure old favorites, and embrace the joy that comes with every meal and every story. Bon appetit to all your future journeys through flavor. Over to you, the presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for taking us on such a wonderful, flavorful journey and making us feel hungry at the end of the meeting today. So let us hear for our Toastmaster of the Day. A wonderful job done. In Gabbys, we have two clubs. We are one family, two clubs, two meetings. One we meet on Tuesday and another on Saturday. So more meeting rules to be picked up and more speech slots are there. So if you are willing to give a speech, deliver your speech, please connect with RVP Education and book your slot. A few announcements today. First, we have our Toastmaster Swati Gupta, who has joined as a treasurer in Gabby's online advanced Toastmasters club. Let us hear it for Toastmaster Swati Gupta for taking up this role. We have a few new members to our clubs. We are delighted in welcoming Aisha Siddiqui back to Gabby's online advanced Toastmaster club. She is a data analyst, robotic trainer who empowers student and IT aspirants by making technology simple, learning interactive, and future ready. Welcome, welcome, Toastmaster Aisha. And we also have Sumit Sukumaran, a new member, a chartered accountant based in Bangalore. He is keen on strengthening his communication skills and growing throughout the Toastmaster experience. His enthusiasm for continuous learning and self improvement perfectly aligns with the Gabbys spirit. We welcome Toastmaster Sumit Superman. So both the welcome are done in absentia. They are not there. I'm sure they will be there in the future meetings. Now, let me ask the guests, those who have stayed till the end. Yes. We can, Toastmaster Rashmi, how was your experience in the club today? You are on mute.
Sorry. It was superb. It was fantastic to deliver a speech. Like, this is the first time I have taken up role at Gabby's, and I had a wonderful experience. Thank you for all the support and the evaluations. And I'm truly grateful for like double evaluation that I got. I was not aware of it. So that was like cherry on the cake for me today. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you so much and wish you all the best. Yes. We have come to almost the end of our meeting today, but something very important is still remaining. You know, we all deliver our speeches, we take part in all the rules that are there, but at the end, we would always like to see how did we fare. It's not about that we have done our best. There are others. Did we do better than them? And that's where the polling comes in. And that's where we have the best role taker, best evaluator, best auxiliary role taker. And we are waiting for that. Till then, who else would like to give a feedback on our meeting today?
Can I?
Okay.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, ma'am. Next time, I will also participate like Nitin and Rashmi have done. I also want to know the feedbacks so that I can improve myself. I will also prepare a wonderful speech for 1 minute and I will give you a presentation to all of you guys. And add me so that I can be prepared before coming to the war. And I really love you all, guys. The spirit, the enthusiasm, the extrovertness, everyone is participating and showing here. It really makes me more enthusiastic and more excited. Oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Because it's like kind of new for me, right? So this is the second time I'm joining here. So I'm like very excited. Oh, okay, this is the thing that is happening. Everyone is respecting each other. Everyone is calling the persons like a Toastmaster, Toastmaster, Toastmaster. I don't know this earlier. I could have known this earlier. Maybe I could have been in the biggest place right now, because the one thing that she has told the feedback to her, like you could have used only English words in the frame of acting also when you are speaking. This make me realization like, oh, when I'm speaking, I should be maintain this feedbacks for me also, because it's like common for us, right? Because we will speak kind of Hindi, kind of English words mixing, because some words not catchy that much of sentence formations. That's what I observed. So,
Yes,
Savita
your
ma'am,
enthusiasm is infectious. So I loved your enthusiasm. You loved your participation. Definitely come to this meeting, club meeting. Again, we would love to see you here. So now for the best role auxiliary role taker is none other than our timer. Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Let's hear it for her, keeping the time, especially during our round robin. 1 minute and bang on. It's off. Next, we have table topic speaker. It's Renu, Chitrangana, and Sourav. That trio, they have got the best one. Let's hear it for them. And best speaker is Rashmi Chamaria. So well done. And favorite Where is our main role taker? Our main role taker, the best role taker today is our distinguished Toastmaster, Nancy Goel. Let us hear from her. And favorite evaluator is none other than both our DTMs. Both are distinct Toastmaster Aparna Raja and Sourav Dutta. Let's hear it for them. Yes, another meeting comes to close, and we look forward to another meeting on Saturday. Please join us at 10 a.m. on Saturday. And officially, I close the meeting today. Good night. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.